Right, we are at Aintree, just for the Saturday in the Classic Marques. Weather is glorious, 10 out of 10, very little breeze. I have just missed first practice. Unfortunately, the Aintree curse strikes again, so I've only been here twice before. Managed to wreck the rear of the car and blow a clutch. And then this time I come to do first practice and the zip bust on my suit, which is the last thing you expect. So I've done a temporary bodge, managed to get a different zip on and managed to get it holding together, but yeah, not what you want when you're called down for practice. So missed practice 1. This is practice 2. Luckily we get 2 practices at Aintree. So we'll see how we get on with this one and then attack it from timed run 1. We should get 5 time runs today, they're saying. There will be a slight headwind into the final straight this afternoon, which will affect top speeds by a few miles an hour. So the best run might be the first one, the first timed run. But we'll see. We're going to be a bit rusty. Like I say, I've not been here for a few years. Ideally as well, I could have done with realigning the car, take some camber off, take all the toe out, so we're scrubbing as little speed as possible. You want the wheels in a straight line at Aintree, because I reckon 80% of it is foot flat to the floor. Unfortunately we ain't got that, but with Harewood next week we need the camber, we need the toe in and the toe out for Harewood, so I don't have the time or the money to keep realigning it between events. But yeah, in an ideal world we would have all the wheels pointing in a straight direction for here. So we'll take it as it is. My PB is a 51.8, I think. That is the aim. I don't know where we're going to come in Classic Marques. I don't think I will win this one, although I said that at Longton. But yeah, I shouldn't win this one, I don't think, everything being equal. But if I can beat my PB, a 51.8, then that's as good as I can hope for. So yeah, let's see how we get on. Definitely a bit rusty there. Missed the first apex completely. Didn't really do the second bend very good, or the last one. So I could have done with that first practice, because I think time run 1 is just going to be affecting the lines a little, but we got round anyway, that's the main thing. And yeah, I'm crossing the finish line in 4th, right on the rev limiter, so that'll do. I don't know what speed that equates to, we'll see, but it was just hitting the rev limiter just as I crossed the line. Right, timed run 1. There is a slight headwind just started. It is a very gentle breeze, but it's going to pick up a bit, so this could be the one. Now we've got a 51.8 in practice, which equals my PB from a few years ago. 124 miles an hour across the line, which I think is about 5 miles an hour faster than I've done previous, because there was no headwind. So that just shows you, when people say it's 5-6 miles an hour, it is actually that. And I've never hit the rev limiter in 4th, so yeah, we need to make the most of this one, neaten up the rest of the corners, and we'll try and get a new PB. It should be there. And then we'll see where that fits us into the Classic Marques algorithm. So yeah, maximum concentration for this one. I'm not going to do a tyre warming. I can't see point today. So yeah, let's crack on. on the track, it threw me right off. Oh, yeah, we didn't hit the rev limiter in fourth, so definitely a mile or two an hour slower as well over the line, but I washed out wide on that last bend, hit the marbles. So again, not another 100% perfect one, but fingers crossed it's slightly quicker than practice. There's a bloody timing strut after that first corner that's fell off of somebody's car, and I tried to straddle it with both wheels because I didn't want to plough over it and risk getting a puncture. So yeah, ideal line compromise, definitely. But we've got a time, we'll see if that's any quicker than practice. If not, we'll attack it on timed run 2. Your first competition event is not as easy as you might think. So the car lined up, green light on. It's up to Kevin now to start his own time. It's also his very first event as well in this introductory class, so he'll be looking to make inroads into that time. So Kevin heading down towards the village. On the start line now, Michael Davies in the Renault Clio 2000. Second year of competition for Michael in the introductory classes. He posted a 63.32. Kevin Jessup, just the run now from Beeches to the finish. Michael Davies away. Start line number 7, Claire Davies in the Mazda NX5. 68.33 for Kevin Jessup, so that improves on his time and becomes his new PB. Well, Claire Davies on the start. There she goes. On the start line, Classic Marques, the only running Class A. So Daniel Simons, 63.08. So that is an improvement. That becomes his new PB. Like Plested, 63.4 on his first run. Looking to get closer to his PB. Chris Smith on the start line with 40 Extra, 1 litre turbo. Michael Davies' time 60.60. That's a massive improvement over his first run and a new personal best for Michael. So a good run there for the young man in the Clio. On the start line, Chris Smith, the Ford Fiesta. Class SB. Davies through the finish, 61.33. That is an improvement, and that is also a PB. So every single driver in the introductory class on their second runs set personal best times. Exactly what you would expect. David Goodlad on the start line with the Renault Clio 172 Cup. 56.76 on his first run. Looking to get down into the 55s, I have no doubt. Still 4/10 shy of his PB. Right, we've had lunch. We are coming down for timed run number 2. So last one, a 51.5, a new PB, so happy enough with that. We are lying second in Classic Marques, but as usual, it is fairly close at the top. I think there's a second between the top 4. So can I do any better? Pass. Certainly got thrown off on that first corner, so there might be a 10th or so there. And then on the last corner beaches, I went out, I did wash a bit out wide onto the marbles, so there's maybe a tenth for 2 there. The time over the finish was identical to previous, 124, so I must have hit the rev limiter, or just about to, just as I was crossing the line. So yeah, that's ideal for the gearing, but if we can just neaten up the other corners, there might be a few tenths more. I need 6 tenths to take the lead, and that's if Peter doesn't improve, so that is highly unlikely. But as we said at Longton, we've got to give it a go. We're not here just to make up the numbers, so let's see what we can do, see if we can get another PB and take it from there. Only a slight increase in performance I can get out of that. Just the second corner, well, the first corner and the last corner, slight hesitation, but we're not talking much time left on the table now. We're talking hundredths rather than tenths, so we'll see what that is. But yeah, we're picking it up now, and again, probably crossing the line right on the rev limiter, so it'll be close to 124 again, even though there is a slight breeze coming in now, which is actually quite welcome because it's absolutely roasting now. Right, timed run number 3. So as I thought at the time, we shaved a couple of tenths off on that last one. We're down to a 51.3. We're still lying second. Pete improved as well, so we ain't gonna get first. I think I need about 6 tenths for first, and there's hardly anything left there. We're talking hundredths left on the table, I think, not tenths. So let's just try and get another PB. All I can hope for is a few hundredths off. I think we nailed the start last time, 2.4 seconds. This does not get any quicker than that. So yeah, the start felt really good. There's nothing to gain off that. We'll just try and nail every apex. Temperatures are through the roof as well now. The car is to that point where everything, me and the car's getting too hot, but let's give it another go. When you're pushing and it's red hot. It just don't like before. I just don't want to go into fourth gear, or I'm trying to force it in, and then bloody I missed the brake pedal. Luckily I could readjust, otherwise we're having a big off at Beaches, but my foot slipped off the brake pedal. Oh god. Right, we'll give it one more go, which I think is the last run anyway. But yeah, no improvement for that one. Right, time run number 4. We'll give it another go, see if fourth gear wants to play ball. I hope this doesn't come back and plague me all year, but maybe I'm just trying to force it in too fast, because all the other gears are fine. And it's a brand new synchro in there, brand new oil. It's just so notchy, I think I have to get it bang on, otherwise it hits the gator or whatever it is at either side if I'm not quite directly back, which when you're doing 100 mile an hour is a time, and other than that it was pretty good. Is it going to be any quicker? It's going to be neck and neck, I think, with my fastest time. Just so annoying. If it had gone straight into fourth, I think we'd have been there. Start were good, first corner were good, second corner were good, last corner were good. Just that, it's annoying. Let's see if we shaved any off and see if we can see if we held on to second. But well done to Pete, he absolutely stormed it today for the win. Right, we're going to do the last run, the 5th run. I wasn't gonna, but I'm going to try and get that perfect run. We ain't going to win, we're 6/10 off, something like that, so we're no chance of the win. I think we're still second, I haven't checked, but I just want to come away with that perfect run. That last one was so close, but other than that gear change. So I'm going to change gear as soon as I come out of the second corner and just try and coax it in and try and nail one. There's another 10th there. I don't think there's any more than that, but let's just go for it and see if it goes in gear. to go in, but we'll call it a day. Decent day all in all, and we've got a new PB. Right, back from Aintree, and second place overall in the Classic Marques. It was a round of the Nottingham Championship and the Longton as well, so I don't know how I'd fared in them. Nottingham won't have got many points because I'm against the outright record. Longton, it's where you fare in class, so I come second in class, but if it counts as what the class I should have been in, 1E, then I would have won that. So we'll see how that one fares when they do the points. Fantastic day weather-wise, as I said, 10 out of 10, and that resulted in me getting a PB on 3 or 4 of the runs. Just kept going that slight bit quicker each time as I pushed more and more and perfected all the lines. There isn't that much time at Aintree to lose or gain. There's only 3 corners and the rest of it is just as fast as the car can go. So yeah, it's not very technical, although saying that I did crash there on my first visit due to a lapse of concentration. But yeah, there's only a tenth or so to gain on each corner if you absolutely nail it. So we more or less got there in the end. The T4, which is a 51.2, other than the gear change that I lost a tenth or so, the rest of it were more or less spot on, and all the other runs were a tenth or 2 shy of that. So yeah, I think ultimately possibly a 51 dead is about as good as my car will ever get, unless there is a tailwind at any point, which is an easterly wind, which is very rare in the UK. But if we got a tailwind down that last straight, I could probably even go faster. But we were hitting the rev limiter in 4th, so I'd have to change to 5th, and then you lose a bit of momentum anyway, so hardly anything left on the table to gain. Second on the day, Pete was 0.3 in front of me on actual time, and then I think that equated to about half a second after the algorithm, so I don't think there's half a second there in my car. So yeah, second on the day, but good enough. So that's 4 events, 4 rounds of the Classic Marques, 2 wins and 2 seconds, so I can't grumble with that. I need to sort the gearing out though. We've had the box rebuild, new synchros, new oil, and it's still struggling into 4th. The only thing I can think of now is it's possibly the cooler work shifter, because I can't remember ever having issues before I put this new shifter in. The OEM shifter mounts to the actual gearbox itself and then comes up through the transmission tunnel. The cooler work shifter mounts to the actual chassis, to the tunnel. So I've just got in my head, I need to speak to someone that knows these things, but if the shifter's mounted to the transmission itself, it vibrates a lot as you're driving because the transmission's moving slightly, but the benefit is it's always in the right place in my head. Now this could be utter bollocks, but this is my thinking. So as you're changing gear, if the transmission's moved slightly, if it's moving about, I mean we're not talking a lot, I'm talking a few mil, but it might be significant, then it's moving with it. The cooler work shifter mounts to the transmission tunnel, not the gearbox. So if the gearbox has moved slightly, especially when you're cornering, but the shifter's still in the same position, then it's not going to engage the gear. It's going to be slightly off, which might be why it's, when I'm at full revs, that might be when the transmission's just moving slightly. And that might be why it's fine at low revs, but when you're under high load, it might be enough just to not get it in the sweet spot, possibly. So I might have to, moving forwards, go back to the OEM shifter and just see if that cures it. I think that's something I'm going to have to do and ditch the Cooler Works one, but I do love the Cooler Works shifter. But we might have to trial that. Now luckily, the next 6 or 7 events, I don't need 4th gear. But then the last 6 events, I do need 4th gear. So it's going to be I'm not going to get any problems on the next 6 or 7 events, but then the back end of the season, it's all the fast circuits where I definitely need 4th gear. So I might have to put the OEM shifter back in and just see how it feels, see if there's any difference. But yeah, overall, good result, 2nd place, and we move on to Harewood, my local, next week, which should be a good event. Thank you very much.